Hello there, my crafty friends. I am hoping, I'm just reading a message here. I am hoping that my internet connection is far better this week. I'm so sorry I wasn't with you last week. We kind of had a family emergency come up, so I am so sorry for that. I am just going to pull up and share on my iPad. And given how bad my internet connection was 2 weeks ago, a new modem is on its way, and it has a router as part of the modem because apparently it was our router that was the issue. So a new one is on the way. I sure hope that today is better. I've got no comments on here. So I hope today is better. Again, I'm just going to share this on my iPad. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be fantastic. It helps me reach more people. I'm going to see if I can turn my Wi-Fi on and back off. See if that's any better. Oh, Facebook Live. Hi, Leanne. I can tell our connection isn't much better. Let's turn Wi-Fi off and see. Whoopsie. Turn the brightness down too. Let's see. Is this better? I know, Karma, I'm so sorry. Is this better? I notice now it doesn't say that it's recording. Hey, Natty. iPad is dreadfully slow. Can anyone tell me if the connection is better now that I've turned Wi-Fi off? S'il vous plaît. Are we better? Hi, Karma. Yes, it is better. Good. Okay, so we'll keep the Wi-Fi off. And I was just mentioning before you came on that I do have a new modem on its way from Shaw. So hopefully that improves my internet connection because I can only imagine how frustrating it is to watch when it keeps cutting out and freezing and buffering. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this is going to work really well. Hey, Sharon. I'm wrecking the place here. Okay, sorry. I am just going to share this in a couple of different places. If you wouldn't mind sharing, that would be fantastic. I do have a prize patrol for those that do share it. Hey, Sandy. So if you could share it and come back and say that you've shared it, your name will be entered into a draw to win a prize. Okay. So I've done what I need to do there. I'm sorry, I know that's not what you want to see me doing. Okay, so I've got some light on and it's fine. Okay, so if you saw my Facebook post, and I hope that you're seeing all of the posts on my page because I work so hard to do all the stuff that I'm doing, so I hope that it's being seen. That's a little bit better. But if you haven't, I am starting a new thing where I will have a product of the week. So this week, that is the Story Label Punch, and this is one of the celebration coordination items. And if you saw my card from the What Will You Stamp challenge on Monday, I used it. So it is right here, and it's got those little hearts on it. It's such a cute little backdrop. I use that stitched circle from the Stitched All Around bundle, so there's that one. And then if you follow my page, you saw that I had a sympathy card, 2 of them actually, from late last week. Not for me, it was actually for a past hostess, and my son's she works at his after school program. Her mother passed away and she was quite elderly, so it was no one that is immediately connected to me. But that is the card we are going to be making tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have my sample here because I've mailed them both. So a couple more things before I turn the camera around. I just wanted to show you, this is my thank you card. This went to all my club members, and this is going in the mail to anyone who shopped with me in the month of February. Each month you will have anyone that shops with me will have a special thank you card. What's next? My class coming up on Saturday is the Climbing Orchid Bundle, and I can see it over there, but I'm not going to grab it. It is something from the annual catalog. I look completely jaundiced, don't I? Let's see if this one makes a difference. A little better? A little better. Anyways, so it's the Climbing Orchid Bundle from the annual catalog, and instead of coming up with 3 of my own designs, I cased 3 this time because they were just too beautiful to not. So I'm not going to show you that one first. This one, I changed it up a little bit. There is some DSP on the sides, the layered leaves embossing folder, and then just some beautiful, lovely lipstick orchid. And, whoops, I can't remember her name, but her business name is As the Ink Dries. And then this one is Linda Cullen, and she is a demonstrator that works very closely with Tammy White. And then this one is the #1 Canadian demonstrator, Marika LeMay. Hey Lisa, hey Lisa. And actually she's in a training group that I belong to, and I sent her a message saying I was casing this one, and she loved it. Her style is amazing. So those are the 3 cards we're making for that class. I've got all my classes planned through the end of March. I actually have more than that planned, but I don't have samples yet. And Andrea says I shared to the Hop group. Oh, oops. So I've got them planned through the end of March, and then I also have them planned through April and May. I just don't have all the samples. But one of the classes that I am just so excited for is the Happy Tales and 9 Lives class. So I posted these on the demonstrator website, and so thrilled with the response. But this is the cat and the dog bundles. So cute. That is my design. I cased these ones loosely from my team leader, Barb Stewart. Love the ruff. You're so cute. So Barb had used some different DSP, but I added the dot-to-dot embossing folder, one going horizontal, one vertical. Love those. And I think my favorite is this one, and it is just so simple. So they're just popped up on dimensionals. It's a stitched heart, and you punch out the cat and the dog and then just put a little heart. So that class is on Saturday, I almost said May, Saturday, March 30th. I want to say it's the last Saturday of March. So I'm not going to show you all the pictures. If you go onto my page and see all my events, I have posted images of all the cards that we're going to be making. So I have another fun thing that I'm going to get to once I flip the camera down. So let's get to this. I'll turn on all the lights, and I'm just going to cover this up. Cover your eyes if you get dizzy. Get to see my hand, and now the ceiling, and now my mess. I'm just gonna flip this over. I had laminated a piece of grid paper, but the problem is that it is so beautifully shiny that there's nothing but a glare if I have it this way. Okay, so what's next? What's next? I want to show you, and for those of you that are already demonstrators, just hang with me for like 2 minutes. Promise this is not going to take long. But for those of you that are watching and are not yet Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, if you have considered joining, if you would like to be part of my team, just hang with me for a minute, 2 minutes, and you won't regret it. So Stampin' Up! Has this thing called Simple Stampin'. And there is beginner, there is casual, and there is avid. So I thought what I would do is I would show you the value that you get in the starter kit, which during celebration until March 31st is $225 for 135 plus GST, no shipping. So let's look at this. So for the beginner, I've typed it all out, we have cardstock. So this one is Smoky Slate. I'm sorry, there's glares everywhere. We have cardstock. We have a D block, which is the one size I always recommend that beginners start with because it accommodates 90% of our stamps. I always suggest Memento. I suggest Versamark because for someone just starting out, they don't have every single ink color. Versamark gives you tone on tone. So basically, if you have the cardstock, you have the matching ink. And because we have Smoky Slate cardstock, we have Smoky Slate ink. We have a bottle of Tombow. We have the Stampin' Trimmer to make card bases. So you can cut and score. Move that off over here. Put this here so we can try and hide that glare. And then I have included 3 great starter stamp sets. So Itty Bitty Greetings covers like every greeting you could possibly need. It is a $49 stamp set, but it is great for all occasions. Love what you do. A little bit of flowers, beautiful font, some kind of grungy stuff. And then P.S. You're the best, because also it's got some super cute sentiments. So all of that you can get during celebration for $145, no shipping, that's all tax included, and it's $224.70 in product. Okay, so that is the beginner. We're gonna leave this cardstock behind because that, whoops, is carrying forward. I'm just gonna move everything out of the way and I'll clean up later. Now for the casual crafter. We have aqua painters, because you're just starting to get into coloring when you're doing aqua painting. Sorry, casual crafting. So casual includes punches, it has some coloring, some layering, beautiful. So cardstock, I've actually got some Daffodil Delight here. A circle punch. Everyone needs circle punches. A 2-inch punch is a really great one to start with. We have the Happy Tales bundle from the Occasions catalog. A couple of my favorites, the Buffalo Check background, Friendly Expressions, and Wishing You Well, because that is getting into 2-step stamping. We have some Stampin' Write markers to help with that coloring. We have some dimensionals and some DSP. So that is the casual crafter. So that's assuming they already have some products and they just want to add to their collection. So that one, again, would be $145, and the value of all of that was $224.18. And finally, the Avid Crafter. So the Avid Crafter crafts like every day. So we've got cardstock. We have got the adhesive sheets because they are now using the Big Shot. There are thinlits in there, and some you really need to have these sheets. We have, and these are just things that I chose. You can choose whatever you want in your starter kit. It is yours to customize. So we have the Stamparatus. Okay, so we've got 3 good sized things there. We have got the Amazing Life bundle. So that is the stamp set and the rectangular stitched framelets. We have 2 sets of blends. Aqua painters were from another one. We have the Take Your Pick tool. We have some embellishments, the pearls, and we have some ribbon. And that, again, would be $145, and the value is $224.44. So that is the starter kit, and I am not going to tell you that if you join, there's no risk, there's no obligation, because you know what? If you join my team, I want you to stay. I want to build my team. I want to have crafty people on there, and yeah. So if you have any questions, if you live in Canada and have any questions about wanting to join, just send me an email at stampedaf@gmail.com or message me on Facebook. Okay, now let's get our craft on. Oh, and there's also one thing that I include as a welcome gift to anyone that joins my team, but that is a surprise. You have to actually join for that. Okay, take a breath. So back to our product of the week, the Story Label Punch. I'm gonna move my Big Shot in here, and we are going to start. I've got Sympathy here. Actually, maybe we'll start with that and get that glary piece out of here. So I always like to cut so that I'm not wasting anything, because if I had put that whole sheet through my Big Shot, it would be wrecked. It would have all of the imprints from my plate, and I wouldn't be able to use it on another project. Okay, so there is that piece. We'll just leave that in there. And then the Country Floral Embossing Folder, and this is part of Celebration. So if you place a $60 order before taxes and shipping, you can choose from any of the items in here. This is a $120 purchase, but you can choose from here. Unfortunately, these 3 are gone. This one was back in stock earlier this week and it has now sold out, but all of the stamps are still available. So this is the Country Floral Embossing Folder, and it is beautiful. So we'll run that through. It is a textured dynamic textured embossing folder. So all you need is your platform and one plate. And that is it for the Big Shot. Take that out of there, and now for the magic. We are going to take our Craft White ink pad and just lightly go over it. Helps if you lay it flat versus having it in your hand, because your hand allows it to shift. So I did do this on powder pink for one of the cards that I made last week. The one that I posted was on Smoky Slate. It is gorgeous. You can just keep going over it until you're satisfied with how it looks. If you want some parts that have a little more white, by all means. And that's all there is to that. This is an easy peasy card. Just need a baby wipe to get rid of all that white ink. So that is that part. This actually was a very easy card to make as well. The most tedious part was stamping "You Mean the World to Me" repeatedly. Now we will get our Tombow. Hope everyone's having a great week. It is again super cold in Winnipeg, Winterpeg. It's getting a little annoying already. Bring on spring. We have daylight savings time that ends on Saturday, so come on, spring. Oh, I just realized the other thing with this piece is I want to run that through with the subtle embossing folder. So I'm not going to move the Big Shot in for that. I'm just going to do that off camera. my favorite folder. Hello, Joyce. Thank you for joining. For those of you that may not have heard the first time, if you wouldn't mind sharing this, that would be fantastic. And come back and say that you've shared it. Otherwise, it's not considered an entry. But if you go and share it and come back and say that you've shared it, you will be entered in a draw to win Prize Patrol. So we've got that. We just need a little run of our Whisper White Flax ribbon. Love this ribbon. It's like the white version of the burlap, but so much softer. And I always use glue dots to attach my burlap. Can anyone tell me, is the connection still going strong? Looks good on my iPad. Oops. The new modem will be here hopefully in time for next week's Facebook Live. Oh, I think I missed it. When I was going through the starter kit options, the paper piercing tool, which I had taken out of the pile, would be for the beginner. I know they're not using thinlits and embellishments and a whole bunch of stuff, but I find it to be an invaluable tool. And while you could get the take your pick tool, I do find that this one is more convenient. It's always ready to go. Now you don't need to put glue on every letter. You certainly don't need it on the Y, because that is going to be hanging off. The other thing I'll mention while I'm doing this is the Stamping Society tutorial for March is Flowering Desert. And if you make a $33 order with me in the month of March, you will get that tutorial emailed to you for free. If you do not live in Canada, or if you would just like to flat out purchase it because you're a demo or for whatever reason, it is $9.25 Canadian, and you can purchase it on my website. I also have one more tutorial that is now available. I joined, I'm part of the Stampin' Sunday design team for the second Sunday, and there is a special bundle this month that includes the Celebration Coordination products. So if you purchase the frog thinlits or the cupcake thinlits or, and what else was there? There were two other ones. The Painted Seasons or Lasting Lily, you will get that tutorial for free, or you can purchase it. And off the top of my head, I can't remember what that total is. I want to say it's just $10 or so, but the information is on my website. So that is all, my friends. It was a nice simple card. You could certainly stamp whatever you want on the inside. And that's it. I know there was one more thing I was going to tell you. Oh, so with all those starter kits, the other thing you get, besides that secret thing that I told you you'd actually have to join to get, is you would get a welcome to the team card. And I made these in bulk the other day. So it says, welcome to the team, love it, live it, share it. With a cute little envelope and some of the butterflies from Butterfly Gala. So I would love for you to join my team. And that's all, my friends. I thank you for tuning in, and if you wouldn't mind sharing this for the 4th or 5th time I've said it, that would be fantastic. See you soon, friends. Bye.